Welcome to this video on System and User Settings, or SUPS as we know it, relating to the 901 application. This is an area where you can specify a number of behind-the-scenes settings that the system is going to use to govern how the 901 application functions. Access to the SUPS area is controlled by GeoAdmin and is usually the domain of the practice's APS administrator. So System and User Settings are accessed from within the APS menu here, and we're inside the System Administration console, and we choose System and User Settings. When SUPS opens, I go to the View Settings menu and choose System. From here I come down to Correspondence NZ Tax. Now, the order in which we see these settings in this video will be different if you're setting up the system for the first time, as they reorder after first completion. So the first section is about bulk emailing of 901. Default EML PDF file location, I've got mine set to my C drive here, but this is usually a network location folder to which the system will save a copy of both the sent email and the printed 901 letter PDF attachment. Email size warning threshold. If you customize your email body template with logos or pictures and add items to the letter PDF, then the size of the email will grow. So this setting is in kilobytes, and it's the point at which your system administrator wants a warning about size to be popped up for the user processing the emails. The system uses Simple Mail Transfer Protocol, SMTP, to send out bulk emails. Bulk in our system is more than one, so one email will use your Outlook system to send the email. More than one uses SMTP, and these are the settings that need to be configured by your IT team. So that's the SMTP server address, the password, the server port, and the server username. Moving on to the next section, default IR901 email attribute is telling the system which of your email attributes to use when sending out 901 emails. 5612, which you can see in here, is the attribute ID for the email in tax info area under client in the central console, which you can see here. The attribute ID is picked up by coming into the attribute administration area. So if I click on client tax info here, and I go to email and click on it, you'll see the second one along on the line there is the attribute ID 5612. If I wanted to pick a different email address to send to, I could choose one, say, from client addresses. I could maybe pick the primary email. If I click on that, you'll see the attribute ID there is 231, and this is what I would set in the subsetting. I need to just be sure that the attribute ID is a single instance attribute and not a multiple instance attribute, and that's defined by a tick in these boxes. A tick shows that is actually a multiple instance. Default IR901 letter output type. This is a setting to stipulate if a new client is going to receive an email and PDF or a printed letter. 1 is a printed letter, 2 is email. Clients can be changed from one to the other after the record has been created. Default IR901 mailing address ID. Again, if you're choosing which of your system addresses do you wish to use for printing on the 901 letter. 16 is the default postal address. Again, you would find it from the attribute administration area. The direct print allowed item threshold. This is only applicable if you are printing letters and set to limit to the number of letters that you can print directly to a printer. When you're carrying out the printing process, you have an option to print all to PDF first, but this setting dictates how many letters are printed before the rest automatically get saved to PDF. The purpose of this is to reduce the resources required by the server when printing directly. There are 2 relationship ID fields for ink and GST. If your practice uses relationships, then you could put the ID of the relevant relationships here, and the email address for the correspondence will be sourced from the relationship. SMTP encryption needs to be set to SSL, as shown here. The next 4 fields, all beginning SQL, are set as read-only and can't be manually changed. This is a place where APS can assist you in making customizations to SQL scripts to bring in additional merge fields, etc. The idea of merge fields will be covered in the repex video. Update all provs icon is a true or false field. Setting to true will cause the update all provs icon to be visible and lets the user update all outstanding prov amounts to be included in the provisional value for the current year. And I'll just show you that now. So this is this icon at the top here, which says update all provs. So that would be hidden if it was set to false in SUPS. And it's here when you activate it, update all the outstanding provisional amounts for every client in the list. Used bulk correspondence was brought in initially to allow practices to decide when they were ready to change over to sending correspondence in bulk. Everyone uses bulk processing now, so this should always be set to true. The IR901 due date filter, number of months back, allows the practice to choose how far back they wish to be able to view a 901 list. The smaller the number, the shorter the drop-down list, but it is up to the practice to decide on a suitable amount. I'll just show you that now. So under due date here would allow me to go back up to 36 months based on the settings that I have in SUPS. And finally, default IR901 print process. It allows you to preset whether when you print letters you automatically want them to go to PDF, in which case you would choose 1, or if you want to print direct to the printer it should be set to 0 as it is here. And so when I'm printing 901 letters, because of my settings in System and User, I have it going to direct print rather than default to PDF print.